So I've been wondering since we started this if it looks strange because there's not like enough room on this side of the dining room table to just like walk cleanly around it, so I kind of have to like climb over my chair every time. And I've been wondering if it looks weird, so I went back yesterday and started watching a bunch of the little like videos we've done in the past, and yeah, it looks a little weird.
So yeah, clearly we've been very busy.
There's a lot going on over here, you know. We're just working on improving ourselves, you know. Just working on improving that entry to the dining room table.
Yeah, figure out what's weird, what isn't weird, and what we're doing.
Because a lot of stuff's weird right now.
That's what we found out. We've been videotaping everything that we've been doing around the house, and it's all
we're freaks. Welcome to another day of the Bathrobe Chronicles. I'm Graham.
I'm Ashkan.
Man, we're getting this intro thing down.
Yeah, finally, you know. We're still here.
Yep. We still got our coffee. I got my coffee. Ashkan, I said coffee like 2 days out of the
I don't drink anything, actually.
13 that we've done this.
Little known fact.
What'd you do this couple days with the coffee mugs?
That was just for show.
Mm.
Empty mugs. We've been calling people now.
Yeah, just random strangers,
Yeah.
prank calling them, asking them if their float tank's running. You should go catch it then!
The last couple days
Oldie
here
but a goodie, that's an oldie but a goodie.
has been cool. And we thought, you know, why stop doing something that's cool? So
We're doing it again.
yeah, we're going to call another person. Basically, we just wanted to check in with people and see what's going on. We've been calling them our bathrobe buddies and demanding that they wear bathrobes. And we will be able to tell from the tone of their voice if they're not.
So today we have a couple someones, actually. Paul and Heather Clift from Samana Float Center over in Denver.
That's right, so let's go ahead and welcome them through my phone here when I call them.
Didn't you have the number already pulled up there?
Not exactly.
You have it ready to go?
I would just text them.
rear-ended.
Yeah. Boom. 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 Here we go.
I just confirmed that we're live too, so that's good.
Nice. Here we
Hi, you've reached Heather.
go. Hey, Heather.
That's too
Oh, that's okay, don't worry about it.
And a message, and I'll try to call back to you
Oh.
as soon as I can.
That's a
You
little
can also
weird.
check us out online at samanafloat.com or shoot me an email at heather@samanafloat.com. Thanks so much for
Now
calling.
we know how
Have a
to
great
email
day.
her.
Yeah, should she really be putting her business email on her personal cell phone, you know? Should we try again?
Yeah. Don't know what else we'll do, so.
Yeah, I mean, try calling Paul. That's not going to work.
Hi, sorry about that.
No
You
worries.
embarrass us, Heather!
Yeah, on our
God.
live stream.
Jeez, there's like millions of people watching right now.
That's awesome. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. Hold on, we have a. We need to actually bring you into the room.
Yeah, hold on.
Is Paul with you?
Father's not with me, and he is so technology unsavvy that I don't know if he's going to be able to figure that out. So,
What, you don't think we
call
can just...
him?
Yeah, we can call him.
Yeah, let me call Paul.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah.
try it. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're calling him in right now. I thought you were going to say he like, just wasn't going to do it at all. He's like, no, I don't know how to work phones.
Alright, 1 second, Heather. Just stay there. You stay there. Don't leave.
I'm sick.
I know that she's gone. Does she need to go
Yeah,
there?
put her down. Put her down. She's in her holding room.
Hello.
Paul.
Alright, hey buddy.
Excellent. Hey, hold on.
Oh, Jed.
Yeah, hold on
Yeah.
a second. Hold on a second. Boom. Paul
Alright.
and Heather.
Paul, are
Hello.
you there?
I'm here, sweetie.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Good. I'm glad we could get you guys together.
I miss you, Paul.
Uh,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. Well, we got you here, kind of with your little facsimiles set up. So, how are you two doing? What's going on over there? What's Denver like right now?
I'm a teacher now. Did you know that?
You're a teacher?
Or a T-shirt?
Yeah. I've been forced into the education system.
And
I'm thriving. I'm killing it, you guys.
what are you teaching?
My kid is like 4 stages further behind than she was when she went in.
Our kids are being taught by a couple day drinkers.
I see. You're teaching your children, not like other people. Yeah, you're forced to. I understand what's going on here. We don't have kids. Yeah, our shop manager at our house is kind of
we have to make our own sort of
thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. So life with the family is going well, and it's very wholesome, and everyone's in bed by 7 p.m. Is that kind of what I'm hearing over there?
Perfect. Yeah. It's been interesting to try to juggle everything and then also do homeschooling. The school system's actually been pretty cool, supplying us with the education pieces that we need. But I haven't done algebra for a while, so I'm, it's kind of like, you lost me at X, I don't know.
So what's the, again, not having kids, I don't actually know how this works. Are you required?
How do you make kids? I don't understand. We've been discussing this and we can't figure it out.
How, are you required to teach your kids a certain number of hours a day?
Yeah,
What's going on?
Ignore them or put them in a closet or
Can you
something?
kennel them? Is that legal or what's going on there?
It's recommended 2.5 hours for Charlie and then 4 hours for Quincy, but we are at this point we're just like, screw it. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. Let's just go outside and
Good.
We're gonna start sending them over to you guys too. We'll call it the AshCon Academy.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, we might get sued,
Oh,
but that's nice.
good.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
Other than that, things have been pretty good. We're staying busy, just trying to navigate what's happening, with the float centers, and also, getting geared up here at springtime. So we're getting geared up at the farm. Planting season, which is coming up too. So it's been busy.
You guys opened your second location before all this happened, right?
Yeah, November.
Okay.
So a little bit before, yeah. How are your centers doing? I assume that they're all shut down and stuff. Are you still maintaining the tanks, or what's going on with your float tanks during all this?
Yeah, so we were actually, our northern new location in Fort Collins was doing really well. I mean, we were up to about 180 members, and in that 4 months, 4.5 months, and so things were really moving along. But of course, now that everything's shut down, we're juggling a couple things. One is the maintenance, right, and the how to maintain.
Drain our tanks. We got the advice from James and Steve and at Superior, and we lowered the temperature, we upped the water, and we have an employee down in Denver who is actually quarantining herself at our float center because...
Wait, hold on, back up for a second.
Yeah, living in your float center? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, she was doing home cleaning. That was one of her second jobs. So Emily was in and out of other people's homes with her dad, who she's in between getting her master's degree surgery right now, so she moved back in with her parents to save cash. So her dad is like super immune compromised. So she didn't feel safe going home with her going in and out of people's homes. So she asked us, can I stay at the float center?
Wow.
And we were like, oh my God, that's a godsend, because us living in Fort Collins, being down in Denver, you know what I mean, just going back and forth was going to be a little bit challenging for us. So she's been there every day, making sure the tanks are okay, cleaning the place, and then, and then with us having Fort Collins, we can go in and pop in. We're kind of just keeping it as it is, running filters every day, testing H2O2, pH, all that, you know. What about you guys? Did you guys drain your tank?
We just burned the whole place down. We were like, you know, forget it. Why maintain anything?
Yeah, so we'll have to build the whole center from scratch when this is all over. Yeah. I mean, it turns out when you burn your own center down, you can't claim insurance money. That was sort of wish we'd known that beforehand, but...
Yeah, you're not supposed to admit it or something.
No, so our tanks are like fully operational. Like right now, if we were allowed to open up and it was safe and we had 6 people who wanted to go float, like we could just float them right now. Yeah, all of our tanks are just at full salinity and temperature. And again, we said this yesterday, but beginning to think that maybe we should reconsider that. We're like the only people who we're talking to who are doing that.
We keep asking people, and people are like, I'm not an idiot. I'm telling you my float tanks are full temperature and keep them running.
Yeah.
So, I don't really, but I still don't really get, I feel like you can't make that much of a difference, but...
Yeah, and it helps, we're like 5 blocks away from the center, right? Like, our commute to work is, you know, again, it takes longer now, so we have to crisscross the street to avoid walking into people, but, it's still like 5 minutes walk, you know? And we don't have the benefit of having someone who's locked themselves in our float center, taking care of the tanks, which is a pretty sweet deal. That's ridiculous.
No, this is a good idea. That's our tip of the day. Is actually just imprison someone in your float center to require them to.
It's called self-imprisonment.
Right. I'm like, I don't even know that I would being locked, like living in a float center. I would probably lose my mind. But she seems to be cognitively okay. I talk to her every day. She's making it through. But.
Yeah, it worked out really well when she called us. She was like, yeah, I have a huge favor to ask of you guys. And we were like, oh, I guess we can let you stay at the float center.
That's hilarious.
You know, Heather, many weeks ago, you called me kind of, you know, before any of this total insanity was happening here, about like sending an email out about the coronavirus and stuff like that, and I thought that you were overreacting, and
I very specifically remember that.
This is like the insurance.
Just wanted to publicly tell you that I owe you an apology. Clearly, yes, it did become a more serious situation than I thought it was going to become.
Yeah, this
well,
is
escalated quickly.
Paul didn't believe me either. He was like, we're not putting out anything. And I'm like, I think we need to just be in front of this. I think we need to just keep it like open so people know what we're doing for protocol-wise. But, you know, it just snowballed so quickly that everybody talked me out of it. They were all like, it was kind of like when Trump got elected. I was telling everyone he was going to get elected, and everyone told me I was crazy. So then I was like, okay. And then when it happened, I was like, you buttheads, I told you this is going to go down. So,
this is what happens when you don't listen to Heather Clift.
Exactly. But yeah, man, when it took off, it was a powder keg for sure. It blew up.
Yeah.
Another email that we sent out that was kind of a little bit like that, I think was maybe, I don't know, might have been a little bit ahead of the curve, but Heather and I, talking a lot about this, we're talking about trying to establish a Colorado association chapter with all of the float centers. Because, you know, in Colorado right now, you know, we're not regulated by the state or anything, but I mean, you know, if I had a crystal ball here, I would anticipate that regulation is probably going to be coming down the line for either changing in different industries maybe, or, they're going to be looking at other industries that are not being regulated, and I think, maybe float centers should be at the top of that list.
You're saying, like, as a result of this, like, as a result of the pandemic, you think that health departments are going to react by expanding regulations?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that for sure, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be different potential protocols put in place, and or the Colorado Department of Environmental and Health being more active into other businesses as far as how they're monitoring,
Sure, only 6 people at a time per float tank, yeah.
They're cleaning protocols and what sanitation are being used and things of that nature.
I mean, at this point, you can't doubt your predictions. You guys seem to have a good sense of what's about to happen.
Yeah, is that also what you think, Heather?
Heather, what are your thoughts? Heather, what do you see coming in the future?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Paul's right. I do think it's going to happen. I think everybody is going to want to just get the economy back up and running. But I do think it's going to be valuable for every float center to have already prepared their protocols that they do in case this were to ever happen again. I think that's just a wise thing to do, to put out there that these are the things that we do. And the health is so awesome with that already, in the sense that we're still reporting our changes in the health every day. We're still keeping all of our stuff to where if the health department did come in and say, I want to know what you're doing, we can show them, this is the peroxide, this is when we dose, those types of things. But I do think they're going to be a little backlogged for a while, but I do think eventually they're going to come around to us and say, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, long story short, right? I think that with that situation is, regardless, now is a time more than ever for the float industry, because we're primarily self-regulated. I mean, mostly, of course, there's some locations that are different, but now more than ever, I think the protocols, for what we have going on is going to be extremely important moving forward, because people are going to be asking those questions, and how are we, and that's kind of where I was going with what I was saying. Is we were, looking for state chapters. So if that does come down the line, how are smaller communities and smaller states going to handle that bigger potential issue, right? Is it, a bunch of individual float centers trying to come up with the answers, or is it going to be, an association that can answer and tackle some of those problems that might have a little bit more clout with the state than individual centers?
Yeah, definitely health departments do like to listen to organizations. This is very early, so I'm hesitant to necessarily get people's hopes up, but I have been talking to this company called Ecolab, which is a huge manufacturer of various sanitation equipment and products. And some of those people come out to some of the health department conferences that Graham and Jake and I have gone out to, and but kind of right before everything went crazy, I was talking to them. They seem interested in actually trying to develop some sort of actual cleaning product that might be, or recommend one of their existing cleaning products that might be well suited for float tanks with a kind of short waiting time that you have to let it sit to kill various things, and kind of designed to be well suited to the float environment. So yeah, it was literally they were about to set up a meeting with their R&D department and have me chat with them and go through this, and then everything just went completely insane. I'm sure they're very busy doing much more important things right now. But yeah, maybe at the other end of this, hopefully that project can continue. And the nice thing is they tend to actually have their own written protocol and documentation that kind of demystifies what a float center would need to do in terms of figuring out their own protocols. It would just be listen, here's this product, here's the instructions on how to use it. You can use this in your own employee handbook and protocol, and they're an organization that I think health departments are used to seeing that sort of guidance from. So it could be like a nice smooth path towards people having something they feel really confident in and know how they're using, and is kind of makes health departments comfortable as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So wait, let me rewind just a second there. So you said you were like actively reaching out to other float tank centers before all of this started to like kind of get a Denver chapter started, or you did get a sort of Denver, I guess like alliance of float tank centers going, or what? What was the end result of that?
Well, we haven't like actively reached out to other. I mean, we checked in with the ones that we're really close with. You know, Brian Martner, see how he's doing, Easy Float. But we did Paul sent out a kind of a collective email to all the float centers in Colorado, and he had a pretty good conversation with Scott Adams at Indigo Float, and it was it's interesting. I think right now people are just. I mean, I'm in the same boat. We're just terrified. We're just scared. Like, what's the next chapter? What's going to happen? You know, we just opened our second location, and it was getting off the ground. But now no one knows. So I think people are just kind of like, I don't want to put that on my plate right now that the state's not going to regulate me. Like that, they don't want to like go there, and I get that. I totally get that. So.
Yeah.
Like I do feel as an industry that we're all, I can't speak for Paul, but we're all sad. You know what I mean? We talked to Sean, about Toronto, and like, we're really sad about missing rides, and we're sad about seeing everyone because it's such a beautiful community, and we want to support everybody, but in the same sense, like, none of us know. You know what I mean? None of us know.
It's sad with the amount of emails we're getting too, and people contacting us, saying how bad they need to float.
Yeah, yeah, same here. That's rough.
It's encouraging as well. You know, as many as we're getting, we're going to keep our membership going because I want to float. I'm getting as many as please pause my membership because I don't have a job right now, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and I hope that we come out of this better than we went into it, and that is what I'm hoping. Because we are, in the same sense, we are a self-isolating business. We're not it's not congregation. It's not, you know what I mean, like a hair salon where there's 40 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's going to happen with businesses like that, or yoga studios where you can have 40, 50 people in a yoga class. I don't know if that's going to change, but
it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for people to feel comfortable, kind of like getting back into spaces with large crowds.
For sure. So yeah, I've heard that.
How are you guys doing? We haven't even asked how you guys are doing.
We're doing okay.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you though, Paul. So I had heard that in the absence of being able to get their members access to float tanks, that some float centers over there were giving them sort of like blocked out like sleep masks and psilocybin mushrooms. Is that something that you guys have been doing or have thought about? Can you comment on that?
Well, that's kind of a given. We were doing that before. No. I have not heard that.
Okay, no, I just heard it through the grapevine somewhere. Maybe it was just a rumor.
Sounds like a good idea, though.
No, we're doing okay over here.
Yeah. I think we've been getting, of course, the same emails and stuff, but everyone's understanding. Like, I think everyone understands the larger context of what's going on, and at least in my experience so far in Portland, people were pretty on board with trying to do what's right now to kind of come out of this stronger in the end. And that has been the case, it seems, in the past. Like when crazy stuff like this happened to society before, like the more you just deal with it well, like the more everything bounces back better on the other side of things. So that's definitely my hope. I mean, I guess my prediction for the future, which are not as accurate as some people's on this call. But, my hope is that at least unlike other things that even we've experienced, like the 2008 financial crisis and stuff like that, like there is a very real cause of this that will be over at some point, and hopefully with that being over just means like everything can kind of spring back. So that's kind of what I'm hoping, that this is not that there's something like wrong systematically with what's going on with our economy or small businesses or stuff like that, and that while it's tough right now, hopefully this will just be a kind of short period that we have to experience.
It's really like when you get like your serious voice like that, but you're also wearing the propeller hat.
I like to try to discredit most of my thoughts. So I don't want to be too legitimate, no matter what I'm saying.
Cool. Well, this has been great, guys. Thanks for hopping on the Bathrobe Buddies part of our podcast here.
Oh my gosh, I love it. We love hearing your guys' voice, and I absolutely adore that picture that you sent me. I have no idea how you got those pictures. That one.
Yeah. No, we think it's a. We're not very technological, so.
Like all the time in March.
Wait, what was that? What was that last thing you said, Heather? I was talking over you rudely.
Well,
I wanted to mention this, guys, is that just having, with all the heaviness that's kind of happening, and everybody that's being affected with this in the float industry, being in the float industry while this is going on and just having a conversation with you guys, and still the attitude and the laughter and the sweetness within the whole industry, I think, is I'm still super excited that we're a part of this industry, because there's other industries that are kind of freaking out, and when things get tough, they don't have the same attitude and sweetness with it. So I just want to say, keep up the good work of bringing that to the industry.
Yeah, for sure. You guys do, Yeah. It's true too. Like every float center I've talked to, of course, things are in chaos, but like they've all also had this certain like air of positivity, and I don't know, there is something really special about our industry, and I don't know. I hope it springs back stronger than ever after all this is over. And thanks for everything that you guys do. I hope hope the kids aren't driving you too crazy over there. And Heather, hope Paul's not driving you too crazy, yeah.
That's right.
All right, you guys rock. Love you guys.
Yeah,
and,
thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, talk to you soon, I hope.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care.
The whole float on crew. Take care, you guys. We love you.
Yeah, bye. All right. Get these guys out of here. Paul and Heather Clift.
Yeah.
And that's Samana Float Center. They also were the local liaisons for the float conference last year over there in Denver. So maybe
you probably know who they are.
Yeah. Great. That was a lot of fun. Can we do that again tomorrow?
I think so. That's it. Decided. We're going to do that again tomorrow. And what time, though? What time could we possibly be doing it tomorrow?
Well, how about the same time?
Yeah, good.
Noon Pacific.
We'll be
for
here.
those of you watching. I hope you'll be here too. Yeah.
It's wherever you are right now for 24 hours until this happens.
They can move. Like they can watch
cannot
their phone.
move. Okay. We'll see
Bye, everyone.
Talk to you later.